everybody, it's Cara here and I am, as ever, so mad. And today I thought I'd take you through a rather huge pile of things I have been making. And I have been a busy lady. Now, some people bake a lot, some people go to the gym every day, I don't know, some people collect thimbles. It seems that I am completely addicted to sewing. In fact, I would be so mad. And I'm not quite sure what's happened. And I have to assure you that in the last couple of months, I've actually had a number of weeks where I haven't sewn at all. And I'm going to have to break this kind of what I've been making recently up into 2 videos because I don't know how I've managed it, but I will tell you that some of these makes are so quick to make that they are just addictive, and I can't stop making them because I just love how the pattern frees up some of those pieces in my fabric stash that I'm not sure what I was going to do with. And actually it's perfectly timed, almost planned, that the first pattern I want to show you is actually one of those patterns. Now I've actually got 2 of these attached to the same hanger because that's just how I roll, and although it doesn't look anything on here, this is the Lily skirt by Lizzie Designs. Now I realise that I've been doing a lot of videos over the last few weeks, which is just wonderful, and thank you very much for your company. I really appreciate you being here. I've been doing Me Made May, I've done some collaborations with some people, I've given inspiration videos and also my plans videos. So some of these you will have seen either over on my Instagram platform or other. But I want to take you through some of the detail today. And this is the Lizzie skirt. This fabric, I have to say a massive thank you to Sarah from Sew Sarah Style, who destashed this earlier in the year at a sewing retreat we were at. Look at the colours in that. And these colours are not something I thought I would reach for. And I think at my top, not so good. But as a skirt, oh yes. So the Lily skirt by Lizzie Designs, and I will leave links to all of the patterns in the description box below, is a YouTuber who has a skirt, and I was just googling, as you do, bias cut skirt, and when I said that some of these patterns are really simple, this skirt can be made in less than half an hour. I'd say that's actually probably including the cutting out. In fact, I think in a previous video I explained that I made one of these in the time it took me to air fry some sausages. It's true, because it's literally cut on the fold. You cut it on the fold on the bias, and that's not as complicated as it sounds. You basically, with a standard piece of fabric, you fold it so that it's at a 45-degree angle, and therefore you've got a fold line that is on the bias, and you literally put your front piece on and then your back piece. As such, it makes quite a fabric hungry pattern, because obviously you're using the 2 lengths of your skirt. And what I love most about this skirt is how long it is. And I started making these some time ago and had a wonderful, there's me holding onto a hanger randomly, I had a wonderful moment where I made a skirt that my daughter immediately said, I really like that, and so I gave it to her. I then made one in the animal print satin from Rainbow Fabrics. I will future Cara editing is going to hate me, but I will put some pictures of the various skirts of this I've made, and I wore this. I'm going to show you this label. I'm not sure where I got this from actually. The sewing is my superpower. How cute is that? But that's because I wanted to note the back, and yes, it is on the outside. I hate having labels on the inside. The back piece I'm not sure is any different to the front piece, but I put a label on the back to help me. But I wore this, let me put a picture in here. We went to a National Trust property. I think it's called Stour Head. Maybe Stourbridge, Stourhead, I don't know. One's a place, one's like a town, and one is actually the National Trust property. And it's where Pride and Prejudice was filmed a gazillion years ago with Keira Knightley and Matthew McFadden. And it was on Molly's bucket list to go there, so we did, and she took some pictures of me. This was perfect for that day. absolutely perfect. And in that picture there, I'm wearing it with the Andy top from Swim Style Patterns, which was one of my addictions last year. Without question, I think I made 3 or 4 of those. I am going to actually take the tie off it, because you can wear the Andy top with the tie around your neck, or you can use it to just ruche up the front, and actually just use it to ruche up the front, which is why you're left with all of those gubbins at the bottom. So I'm going to cut that off. I then went on, Molly wanted a black satin bias cut skirt, and I just couldn't find the right fabric. I started with this. How nice is this? This fabric was from Fabworks, I think. I'm not actually sure. Absolutely sensational fabric. Really beautiful. Quite a bit of body to this. So actually now it's probably more of an autumn weight skirt. It is beautiful. Now sadly I haven't got a picture to show you, because I made exactly the same size skirt, but for whatever reason Molly could not get her BTM into this. Not at all, and she has got a gorgeous bottom, whereas I have no bottom at all, and so therefore can fit into this, and it looks amazing. Sorry, no photos. So then I went on a journey of having to buy lots of, not lots, but I think we went through 3 different types of black satin. I then made her one, and she's moved to France for 6 months and didn't take it with her. But that's okay, because she took, and I actually haven't written the blog post for it yet, I am an ambassador for Minerva. I don't do it very often at all, but they kindly gave to me this fabric, and this is Molly in her skirt, and it was just a fabulous fabric. So I really need to crack on and write the blog post for that, because that's actually now a few weeks ago. Sorry about the Minerva, but yeah, let me show you that. Oh, just lovely. So she took that one, she took the satin animal print one, and the blue star one. So I can't complain. That's 3 skirts. How lovely is that? I realise now I'm going to make such a mess in my sewing room if I just if I'm just abandoning these on the floor. So bear with whilst I put this back on a hanger. Oh no, don't worry, it's fine. I'll sort that out later. Let's move on to a very recent make, actually, and I featured that only last night over on Instagram. So my chair is moving in my melee here, and I have made the Trixie blouse from Atelier Jupe. Let me just put it onto a hanger. This is their latest release, which actually just got released. So as you're watching this, this will be a week or so later, but as I'm talking now, this actually just got released, and this is the Trixie blouse. Let me just grab the... So this is the Trixie blouse by Atelier Jupe. And is the lovely leaflet that it comes with, and you've actually got a number of different options available with this. So it comes with, let me show you the line drawings, and the lovely Eva and Petra, who are the owners of Atelier Jupe, asked me if I would like to make something from their new collection, a blouse and some fabric. And you can see there you've got, so version 1 has got a grown on sleeve or just a short sleeved, or version 2 has got that beautiful gathered sleeve there, or you can have a wrap tie, or it's quite clever because you can either have the facing visible as in a waistband, or use the waistband to be a facing. I thought that was just genius, really clever. So I guess it's the Trixie blouse, and it's actually quite similar to the top half of the Robin wrap dress that I made for them earlier in the year, so I knew I was going to like it. And this is, oh look at this, it's literally called Blue and Purple Viscose, available on their website, but I think Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door also sells this. And it's a beautiful construction because it's literally, you interface the edge and then you fold it in twice. In fact, you do a 2 centimetre fold and then you fold it over 1 centimetre, and that's how you create the edge. And then the back facing here is also just a bias binding, obviously self-made. I just went for the short sleeve, and then I was umming and ahhing because I have got quite big chesticles, and a woven wrap isn't always kind to that area because it's not got the give that a jersey would have, for example. And normally when you make a wrap top, the tension of the wrap is what keeps everything in place, if you like. So I had a bit of a play around with it, and in the end I went for the version with the visible the visible waistband. I made a mistake, actually. I know, I will be honest with you. So Atelier Jupe's patterns come on one pattern piece. It's an AO pattern piece, and you have to trace the pattern because there's a multi-layered pattern piece. And it does say in the instruction, make sure that you attach the pattern pieces, because some are, you have to stick them together, if you like. And they do all that to be environmentally friendly and save paper, obviously. I did not spot that the front pattern piece had a section at the bottom. When did I spot that this was the case? As I was putting the top together, you literally put the fronts together, fronts right sides together with the back, and then obviously you sew the shoulder seams, and then you sew the bottom section. And my front section was about this much short of the back section. I was like, oh, what's happened here? And I have to say, it is a small frustration that piece 1A, which is this, and piece 1B, which is the bottom section, which would have been sellotaped to the 1A, so 1A and 1B would make 1A, yeah, just one, pattern piece number 1, sorry. I didn't realise, I had absolutely no idea that that pattern piece was there, and it's not even listed. I'm just being honest with you, it's not listed as a pattern piece. So when you're going, yeah, I've got pattern piece 1, got pattern piece 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Hang on, I'm trying to show you. Yeah. So you would not have, I don't know how I was meant to know that was there, because it's all, you know, intermingled in the pattern pieces. I just wish it would say pattern piece number and then sort of have 1A and 1B in that box. Luckily for me, and it is more luck than judgment, or luck on the generosity of Eva and Petra, they'd sent me enough of this fabric to make, I guess, the largest size. So therefore I actually went back to the fabric that I had left over and was able to cut a whole new pattern 1 for, obviously, because you need 2 of them. It's frustrating really, because I think I had enough left over to make a small pair of shorts or something like that, but I mean, that's by the by. I just was very frustrated because essentially I've then obviously got the older pattern pieces left over from this, and I don't like to waste fabric in that way. So just, it's nothing to do with the pattern at all. It's a beautiful pattern. It's to do with me and misunderstanding it, and that's what I'm sharing with you. I actually have added a popper to the front here, because although it sits perfectly well, I just didn't want to risk, so it's not visible on the outside obviously. I've actually unpicked the binding and popped it on there literally, so you can't see that when I'm wearing it. I just wanted that added security of it, but it is a very, very cute skirt, and I wore that out last night and with some jeans, and let me put it here. I've also got a little video of me in my garden, so it's perfect for this time of year. Just adorable. I absolutely love that. And a couple more things I want to share with you in this video, so it doesn't become too long or cumbersome. But as I say, I will share the second part, if you like, of my recent makes in a future video. The lovely Beck from What Beck Sews destashed to me a mountain, literally a mountain of fabric. Again, at the same retreat that I got that lovely fabric from Sarah, so just the best community ever. And we all took fabric, I think. Did I take? Oh, I didn't take anything this time because I just didn't have anything to destash on this occasion, but I have in the past. So yeah, lovely Beck bought me, and she just gave it straight to me and said, Cara, this has got your colours all over it, and she wasn't wrong, and I'm hugely grateful to her. And so I had enough fabric to make not 1 but 2 items, which I was absolutely delighted about. And you know, the funny thing about that scenario is I didn't even measure how much fabric there was there. I didn't. So just my inner knowledge, if you like, was like, yeah, you got enough fabric there. And obviously I would have shortened the dress or done something. And so I've made 2 items. Obviously, look, neither of them look very much off the hanger. This is the Sallie jumpsuit. Let me put a picture up here because that's nicer to look at. Sallie jumpsuit by Closet Core Patterns. I adore this jumpsuit. It's got great pockets. How the top sits on the shoulders is just really nice. I adore the big V, and on the back you've actually got this lovely tie here. So the front and the back are the same V, but I just really like the detail of that tie. It's ever so easy to get in and out of for obvious reasons, and it's just so wearable. And here in the UK, our summers, we're having an amazing spring summer at the moment, which is incredible, and some days it's super hot, but other days it's beautifully warm but not super hot. And this jumpsuit, because it's actually a double layer, so it's the same on the inside as it is on the outside, and that's what creates this amazing finish. So this is all so you turn this right sides out. I can't remember the construction, but yeah, it's basically that's what finishes the armhole and makes it so nice and neat on the inside and the outside. I love it. Simple elastic waistband, which is a little bit bloused over, so you haven't got to worry about a waist tie or anything. That is dreamland for me. I love a jumpsuit. I prefer a jumpsuit that's got an integrated waist tie, or something that makes it a little bit blousy so that you don't need to have a waist tie. Such a faff when you're going to have a waist tie around your neck when you're going to the loo and stuff like that. So I love it. I think I've said enough about that one. But to have enough fabric to then make the Stasia dress by So Liberated. Oh, I love this dress. It's so much fun. And when it was hanging on the hanger just a minute ago, I was like, this looks like I've pattern matched it or something. I absolutely did not. There's a couple of pieces that look like I've just like gone, yeah, that's exactly where that needs to be. No, I didn't. Absolutely did not. Oh my goodness. I literally whacked the fabric down, popped the pattern pieces on it and cut it out. But I'm really pleased with how the neckband came out as well. Because viscose jersey it's actually quite a thin viscose jersey. That's absolutely fine by me. It's perfect for this time of year. I didn't even hem it. Look, I didn't even hem it or the bottom. No need. So a super simple make. So nice. I cut on the pattern pieces on the Stasia dress. It tells you to cut the front skirt on in 2 pieces. Why would you do that? I have no idea. And actually I completely forgotten to take the seam allowance out of it as well. And again, that doesn't really matter because it's only going to increase the fullness of the skirt. It's not going to matter at all. And obviously you can line the sides up anyway. So how nice was that? Just great fun. Oh my goodness. So before this video becomes too cumbersome, I'm actually going to stop there and just share with you those particular patterns, because they just bring so much joy to my life. I'm doing Me Made May. I'm wearing the outfits that bring me joy every day. And as I said in one of my previous videos, I'm so lucky because it turns out, and maybe I should do an audit on the things I haven't reached for in May. Maybe that's the other way around of doing it, I'm not sure. But I've just got so much variety because, as I said at the beginning, this is what I love to do. And I'm wearing the Esti Set today by Atelier and the Buttons, in case you're wondering. I just adore this fabric. Oh! And the Esti is perfect again for the English summer because I'm going to be wearing this with a cardigan today because the sun keeps going in and coming out. And then in and out and in and out. So it's just perfect. The only frustrating thing about the Esti is the trousers don't have any pockets. I'm not that bothered by that. One of my other trouser patterns that I absolutely adore is the pomonas. They don't have pockets either, but I do love a pocket. So we'll see. But if you are new around here, thank you very much for being here. If you haven't already subscribed, please do click the old subscribe button, or it's actually down here somewhere, because I absolutely love having you here. I respond to every single message. So could you tell me what you've recently made in the comments below? I would really appreciate that. And I love to hear from where you are in the world. Honestly, Nebraska and Alaska and France and Netherlands, obviously the UK, and it seems to me that the UK folk don't tell me where they're from so much, so come on locals, or local in terms of the whole of the United Kingdom, please tell me where you're watching from, because I would love to get to know a little bit more about you. And I will see you next time. So as I say, in May there'll be a midweek Me Made May coming to you, and then sometime over the Saturdays, depending on how Cara editing gets on, there'll be another video from me popping up soon. So see you soon. Take care everybody. Bye bye.